need to do this, what I'm going to do right now, because we have so many new listeners, and I believe we probably have a lot of new listeners tuned in tonight. So let me do a little explaining, okay? Let me kind of show you, so the folks at home, wherever you're watching, so people call into that 800 number, which my director's going to put up there in less than 30 seconds. Wow, that was quick. Ask and you shall receive. When we go to music, we open the phone lines. There are voices of faith here, people that are here to take your phone calls. And I'm doing this because I know that we have folks that are tuned in for the first time tonight who have never seen this type. They watch the Sunday service that replays during the week, but they've not seen this program in this format. So this is a little bit more relaxed, as you can tell by my wonderful attire. But what happens is people typically will call in and either response to a message, something that was said, a prayer request, financial commitment, whatever it is, and they will get the voices of faith, not automated answering service, but real people that are right here in this room in front of me. You can't see them, but I can. Hi, everybody. That basically take your calls, and they come up to the set that I'm sitting at right here, and I go through them. That means every single message that comes in on the phone lines, I'm going to be seeing. If you've called in and wanted to share a thought or something positive, or as I said, a prayer request, whatever, that's what the phone lines are for. And if you're tuned in tonight, I'm kind of happy if you're watching this program for the first time, because in this type of forum, it's kind of a hodgepodge of everything. This is actually where I pastor. I do a lot of the pastoring. What's done on Sunday morning is Bible teaching, but a lot of what goes on here is kind of dealing with the one-on-one, day-to-day things, or sometimes I will go through these messages and share with you so you can kind of get a feel for the family of God out there that's tuning in, or people who are interested in this ministry and the message that comes from this ministry. So that's pretty much what goes on here. I just finished going through the pile of stuff from social media. This is Facebook and YouTube, and lots of folks that will send love and kindness my way, and I appreciate it. Including, I see a familiar face here in one of my professors. Well, actually, I should say better, definitely a teacher, but also president of a university. So it's kind of nice to see some of these are familiar names and faces that call in. And we're just getting started. I'm wanting you to call in. If you have learned, received from this ministry, you've heard the teaching either from myself or Dr. Scott, I want to hear from you tonight. And if you don't have a King's House or a King's Tither number, I'd like you to call in and say, I'd like that too. What is that? A King's Tither is someone who's making a commitment to pay tithes to the storehouse here. The checks are made payable to the teacher, Pastor Melissa Scott, not to Faith Center Ministries or not to Pastor Melissa Scott Ministries. It's Pastor Melissa Scott. I'm the teacher. If you're going to even ask the question, well, do I take the money or not? Well, if you give by check, look at the back of your check. That will give you your answer. I'm not going to get into that detail right now. But if you pay by check, look at the back of your check. It shows you where the check is being endorsed to. That's all I'm going to say on that. But I would like you to call in. And if you say, well, I'm not ready to start participating that way, then at least get a King's House number. The King's House number says, I will watch, listen, and call in throughout the week with you make your own time commitment. I think sometimes people say, well, I can only watch for 1 hour once a week. But in reality, I will say this, you can probably make a lot more time to watch and listen. I find a lot of times just having the program on, because I like to keep the program on. Sometimes I'll just put it on my phone and I have it playing. But there's times when I'm busy and I'm not actually listening, but it's in the background. And there's other times where I just say, okay, I need a timeout now, and a new program's coming up. This is the time I'm going to, no matter how long the program is, this is the time I'm going to sit down. No phones, no computers. I'm just listening. That's it. I don't care if I'm watching on my phone or if I'm watching on my computer and my phone goes off, I push my phone aside, that's the time I've designated for watching and listening, and even I need to do that. So everybody needs it. That's food for your soul. So you see the phone number up there in the corner. I'm going to ask those folks who have never called in, and you'll have to just figure it out when you call in. No one's asking you for your social security number. They may ask what city and state you're calling from. Sometimes I'll ask if you have King's House or King's Tither numbers. That's what they take down on a piece of paper. Let's take a look here. Here. So you've got the place where the individual's calling from. Let's block this number. So where the person is calling from is Melbourne, Australia. They give the time, the date. They're watching on the website, and they give their message. So when you call in, somebody's actually taking your message, writing it down, and it makes its way up to my set. So I want to hear from you tonight. I want to know that you're out there listening. And the ones who've already called in your commitments, your reservations, I want you to call in and get Faith on the lines, and I just want us to just kind of have one big epic, every phone is on. I want to see people with two phones going like this. They'll look cool. You'll make them look cool. So I need you to get on the telephone right now. Get busy.